Namaste. I'm Dr. Robert. And my topic today for 5-ish minutes on Dr. Robert is Moksha. Moksha is a Sanskrit word that means freedom, being released from. And so, for example, when we talk about the sun or moon reappearing after an eclipse, we can say that they have become freed of the embrace of Rahu or Ketu. They have become mukta. So mukta, moksha, these come from the same root. They mean basically the same thing. And moksha is a concept. In the 4 purusharthas, the 4 aims of the human being, we have dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. Dharma, we should follow our own personal path through life. Artha, we should obtain those physical items that we need to follow that path. Kama, we should try to gratify whichever permissible desires they are, so those desires will not drag us back again to fulfill them. And moksha generally is regarded as meaning becoming freed from the need of reincarnating at all, of taking birth again. But as Vimalananda used to like to say, moham kshayati iti mokshaha. Moha means delusion. Kshaya means to dwindle, to be diminished. So when delusion is diminished or destroyed, that is what moksha is. So according to him, it is very important not to think about moksha as some thing that we are going to achieve at some point, because of course that makes it into a thing, and then we start to organize things around this thing, when in fact it is a situation that is very much the absence of things. It's being released from things. So his feeling was that it's very important to remove all delusions, especially the delusion that there is such a thing as moksha. Your focus should be, in fact, on living as equitably as possible, addressing all of your karmic obligations, your rananubandhanas, as best as possible, and, of course, keeping the company of good people. The original Shankaracharya, Adi Shankaracharya, composed a hymn called the Bhaja Govinda, and one of the verses in this hymn goes this way: Satsangatve nisangatvam, nisangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jivan muktihi, which says very much what Vimalananda said in a slightly different way. Adi Shankaracharya said, when you perform satsanga, when you surround yourself with people who are trying very hard to focus on reality, who are telling the truth, who are not blatantly telling lies, creating fake news, etc., when you are surrounded by people, and you are working with those people also to try always to understand and be part of reality, then you will realize that you want to spend less time with other people. You don't want to spend time. You may have an obligation to, but whenever you have free time, you want to spend time with people who are really interested in reality. And when you spend less time with people who are interested in fake reality, in falsity, then satsangatvam nisangatvam, you want to avoid people who are not part of of a satsanga or your satsanga. Nisangatve nirmohatvam, when you stop being around people who are permeated by delusion, your delusion is going to go away too, because you're not picking it up from those people. Birds of a feather flocking together, you go to a different flock, you get different feathers. Nirmohatve nischalatatvam, when you stop being deluded, your mind stops being chanchala. It stops being completely and going in all directions, not being sure of what's what, doubting everything, not being able to focus. Nischalatatve jivan muktihi. And so Shankaracharya says to really be, to qualify as Jivan Mukti, that means to have mukti or moksha while alive, you should have a mind that is not shifting from place to place. It should always be calm, focused, equanimous. And then you can say that you, in fact, are in a state of moksha while you were still alive. So, this is Dr. Robert wishing everyone freedom from falsehood.